I may have just said Todd Weekly. I meant Todd Nathan. Tom Weekly is on pit road, though. A few others making some pit stops here as well. Near the back of the pack, here comes the Tom Weekly machine, who was caught up in that wreck. There he is in the Mountain Dew Voltage 00 car. And here come our leaders off of pit road. Johnny Gardner just barely going to beat out Todd Nathan. Robert Band making yet another pit stop, but still they have not removed the hood off of his Del Wee Dodge. Arnold Columbia looks like he's making another pit stop, and I believe the other two cars that are coming down, one of them I believe is the Nick Eggleston machine. Here comes one of the STP cars. That would belong to Jacob Rodriguez, and also the car of Anthony McCurry making a pit stop. Let's see why we're under the caution for the second time today. Well, here's how the wreck kind of starts. You got Anthony McCurry turning around the car of Jordan Hester, but Hester's able to somehow save that race car. And then he comes up the racetrack and makes contact with the Anthony McCurry machine. I don't know if maybe that was some payback there or what, but anyway, he gets sideways. Nick Eggleston makes some contact there and up into the wall to go. Look at Amy Nathan just make it through. Violet Fox also got a piece of that there, and also you see the 00 of Tom Weekly all caught up right there in the middle of it as well. So it looks like a 5-car incident pretty much in the turn number 3 area, putting us under the caution flag for the second time here today in the MFNPRA Coca Custom Car Series. Alright, so we're getting ready to go back under green next time by. Here's the way they line up. Timmy Pacioli leads. Martin Zacala is second. Jake Cole is third. Dylan Schwallenberg is up to fourth. And Noel Stiller fifth. Sixth is Mary Cole. Seventh is Sam Filter. John Dillon's in eighth. There you see Tom Weekly. He is a lap down. Kenny McCurry runs in ninth. And 10th is Dougie Shears. I'm sorry, not Dougie Shears. Logan Wilson, rather. Then we got John Brace in 11th. 12th is John Worry. 13th is Dougie Shears. Then we got Jack Nathan in 14th. 15th is Sean Galligan. 16th is Jackson Parker. Then 17th is James McLeod. The rest of the top 20, Clive Burr, Matthew Rodriguez, and Lisa Shears. Alex Filter runs in 21st. 22nd is Brian Fleener. 23rd position is Riley Caves. 24th is Michael Harvey. 25th is Philip Stiller. 26th position is Jared Crocious. There you got Robert Band making another pit stop. 27th is Christian James. 28th is Alex Lozano. Adam Chambers runs in 29th. 30th position is Amy Nathan. 31st is Violet Fox. Then these cars made pit stops. 32nd, Johnny Gardner. 33rd, Todd Nathan. 34th, Arnold Columbia. 35th, Jacob Rodriguez. Nick Eggleston in 37th. And in 38th is Anthony McCurry. One lap down in the 39th position is Tom Weekly. And 2 laps down is Robert Band. He is 40th. The Jordan Hester machine retired from the race as a result of this previous caution. And the green flag is back out for Timmy Pacioli. And look at Robert Band. Did you see that? Robert Band just went 3 wide under Tom Weekly. He's got a damaged car and everything, and yet he passed a lap car. That was one of the strangest things I think I've ever seen in my whole life. And here comes Jake Cole to the inside. This is for the lead here at Atlanta. Dylan Schwallenberg suddenly coming to the inside as well. Schwallenberg would love to be able to pick up a win here today at Atlanta. Here he comes to the inside. And also coming is the Noel Stiller machine. Noel Stiller actually was a championship contender in the Snickers Cup Series, but a few bad runs ended up taking him out of contention. But he knows how to win. And Timmy Pacioli right back to the front. Boy, I'll tell you what, you better watch out for that Ream Chevrolet, because it doesn't seem like whoever passes him, he passes him right back. He wants to be out front in that clean air. I'd be very surprised if anybody can beat Timmy Pacioli here today. He's been on fire, but look at John Dillon going 3 wide there. Haven't talked much about the Holiday Inn Chevrolet, number 33 there, but he is in the 3rd position now, bypassing Dylan Schwallenberg and Noel Stiller down low there, 3 wide. And also John Worry doing a pretty good job filling in for the injured Seth Smith there. He is up there right behind the John Dillon machine, the two of them running in the top 5, and the caution is waving again. This time it's for Christian James, and Robert Band is caught up in yet another wreck. Our outside pole sitter, Philip Stiller, is caught up in it. Anthony McCurry is involved, Tom Weekly, also Jacob Rodriguez is involved, Violet Fox, Arnold Columbia. There's a lot of cars involved in this one. Michael Harvey, I think, has got some damage as well. And now let's see if the pit road is going to be open. Will Pacioli come down? He has not yet made a pit stop. Neither is Jake Cole. Neither is John Dillon, to my knowledge. Let's see if pit road is open. And nobody's coming down pit road yet. Let's see if we can find anybody coming down pit road this time. And from what I'm seeing, there are no takers for pit road. Only the damaged race cars. Arnold Columbia is on pit road. He's damaged. Violet Fox. Robert Ban is on pit road yet again. Here comes Anthony McCurry. He'll be coming down pit road uncertain. There's Violet Fox. They're trying to get her repaired. Anthony McCurry coming down pit road. I believe Arnold Columbia and Robert Ban both have just retired from the race. That's tough for Columbia. 2 straight DNFs. He ended up getting wrecked at Las Vegas. Anthony McCurry has retired from the event. Violet Fox is returning to the racetrack. Well, we're going to stick here and see if maybe pit road wasn't open that time. But we'll see if maybe Pacioli, Jake Cole, John Dillon, Dylan Schwallenberg, Mary Cole, and John Worry. That's the top 6. See if they will come down pit road this time. And I apologize for my dog barking in the background. She loves to bark at people walking by. It's her favorite hobby. Anyway, let's see here. Will anyone come down pit road this time by? And I would venture a guess no. Because I'm not seeing anybody down the apron as if they're signaling, hey, I'm coming to pit road. And looking through the field here, nobody is coming down pit road. All the way through, nope, nobody is coming down pit road. So let's see why we're under the caution flag then. Well, Robert Ban had made another pit stop, was coming back up the racetrack, and right there, I think he makes some contact with the Adam Chambers machine, kind of sends him up into Christian Janes, and then you're going to just see the two of them get together, go up the racetrack, and it's going to close up the door for a lot of drivers. Anthony McCurry right there, he's involved. And Arnold Columbia gets into it right there. Here comes Jacob Gonzalez, he cannot miss it. Violet Fox gets into the picture, cannot miss it. Philip Stiller is involved, cannot miss it. Down into Tom Weekly, who's blocked, and then Michael Harvey did indeed get some damage as well. I thought I maybe saw some damage to the Motorcraft Ford, but I wasn't certain. And oh boy, Philip Stiller! Whoa, hang time! A little bit of hang time for the 45 car, but he does not flip over. But quite a few cars caught up in this one, and quite a few have gone to the garage area as a result of this wreck here, as we have reached midway in this race. So here's the way that they will line up, as cars in the garage area result of this wreck include Arnold Columbia, Anthony McCurry, Jacob Gonzalez, Philip Stiller, also the car of Christian Janes, also Tom Weekly. Robert Ban has also gone back to the garage area, and so has Jacob Gonzalez. Not certain. Oh, I think he went to the garage area earlier? No, the 15 car. Why is he in the garage area? We'll find out later on. I'm not certain. Didn't see him get involved. Anyway, Timmy Pacioli is the leader. Jake Cole is second. John Dillon's up to third. Dylan Schwallenberg in fourth. And fifth is Mary Cole. John Worry runs in sixth. Seventh is Noel Stiller. Eighth is Martin Zakala. Ninth is Kenny McCurry. And Clyde Burr runs in 10th. In 11th is Lisa Shears. 13th position is James McLeod. 12th is James McLeod. 13th is Jack Nathan. 14th is Sean Galligan. 15th is Brian Fleener. 16th is John Brace. Matthew Rodriguez 17th. 18th is Logan Wilson. 19th position is Sam Filter. 20th is Riley Caves. 21st is Todd Nathan. 22nd is Jackson Parker. Alex Filter runs 23rd. Amy Nathan 24th. Adam Chambers 25th. Nick Eggleston 26th. 27th is Jared Crocious. 28th is Alex Lozano. Dougie Shears in 29th. Johnny Gardner's back in 30th. Michael Harvey 31st. And Violet Fox in 32nd. Well, Johnny Gardner, he's back there still in the 30th position. Didn't really pick up many spots there on that restart. Remember, he's kind of off pit sequence with quite a few others of these drivers, and Timmy Pacioli, Jake Cole, John Dillon, to my knowledge, they have not yet made a pit stop. So you wonder how they look on fuel as far as how much fuel they've got left. Will they have to make green flag pit stops? That may not be good if they would have to do that, because then drivers who have made pit stops already that pitted back on the earlier cautions, I believe the earliest was lap 15, they would have a bit of a stretch that they'd be able to make, unlike Pacioli, Jake Cole, and others around this lead pack. Well, Jake Cole's going to go for the lead. John Worry's going to go for third. going 3 wide there underneath Dylan Schwallenberg and John Dillon, and he's going to take third away. And he's even thinking maybe about second underneath Pacioli as he keeps his car down there low, and he is going to do that. Man, is he flying! He's going to try and pass the car of Jake Cole. John Worry suddenly out of absolutely nowhere, just blowing by everybody. That guy's got quite a bit of a machine underneath him if he's able to make his car go that fast through the turns. And Dylan Schwallenberg now going to come to the inside of the Jake Cole machine, try and take away that second position, but right now he's kind of in a battle for third with Timmy Pacioli. And are we under the caution again? I thought I saw some smoke. And the word is no caution. John Worry out in front. Then it's Dylan Schwallenberg who's taken over second. Clive Burr, James McLeod, they're starting to make their way back up to the front, but here comes Jake Cole right back down to the inside. He's going to try and take second away from Schwallenberg. And wow, is it tight back here! Oh, in the wall! Matthew Rodriguez and Riley Caves! Matthew Rodriguez was the first one I saw get out of shape. He's in the inside wall. Riley Caves, Johnny Gardner, Jackson Parker, Lisa Shears, Sam Filter, Alex Filter, Michael Harvey. Sean Galligan may have gotten a piece of it. I'm not certain. Harvey is on pit road. Parker is on pit road. Oh, Dougie Shears has got some hood damage to his Office Depot Amp Energy Chevrolet for Schwab Racing. And Jared Crocious, I can't tell with the smoke, but I think he's okay. I think Nick Eggleston is also okay. And I don't see any other damaged race cars, but the field is kind of dwindling down here all of a sudden. And wow, look at this. Now look at the top 5. It's almost changed completely. John Worry leads. Clive Burr second. Third is James McLeod, Todd Nathan, and Jake Cole. That is the top 5. Will any race cars come down pit road this time? Let's see. Here comes Dougie Shears. He is coming down pit road. Riley Caves is also making a pit stop. They were caught up in that wreck. Amy Nathan is coming down pit road as well. Riley Caves second in the standings. Amy Nathan is fourth in the standings. Alex Filter is coming in as well. Dougie Shears looks like they're going to do some repairs to his race car. Let's go to our pit camera. Filter pulling into his pit stall. They're probably going to repair his race car. Amy Nathan, her car pulls into the pits. Here comes the Doug Shears machine off pit road. Hood missing, but they have gotten that race car repaired, and he will continue. And it looks like nobody's going to come down pit road this time. It's just Filter, Riley Caves, Amy Nathan, and Dougie Shears cars that were caught up in this wreck. Let's see what the wreck looked like and how it happened. Bring out the caution with 25 laps to go. Okay, I know the first car I saw get out of shape was the 43 of Matthew Rodriguez. Let's see if he gets a tap here from Brian Fleener up the racetrack. Yeah, he does. Kind of gets pushed up the racetrack, and Riley Caves nowhere to go. You see Lisa Shears there, 5th in the standings. She kind of gets caught up in a little bit there. Alex Lozano does a pretty good job getting through there. Amy Nathan does get damaged. Oh, Johnny Gardner right into the back there. Oh, look at Jackson Parker right into the back of Amy Nathan there. Alex Filter, he gets damaged right there and then slams into the Riley Caves machine. And let's look further back here. Dougie Shears gets his damage earlier on, it looks like. And Parker, oh, Harvey, man, he must have just nailed somebody. And yeah, Sean Galligan did get a little piece of it there in Scott's Chevrolet, but looks like he's okay. And Sam Filter makes contact there with Michael Harvey. He's involved. But we've got Riley Caves, Lisa Shears. They came in 2nd and 5th in the standings. And then also not Johnny Gardner. There was another driver that was involved that was up in the standings. And I can't remember right off the top of my head who it was. Let's see if I can remember when we get back to the restart. And I think my memory's coming back to me. It was Amy Nathan who also was involved, and she comes in 3rd in the standings. Here's the way they'll line it for the restart. As the cars out of the race as a result of this wreck include Johnny Gardner, Violet Fox, also the Jackson Parker machine, Michael Harvey. They have retired from the race. It's John Worry leading. Then it's Clive Burr 2nd, James McLeod 3rd, Todd Nathan is up to 4th, and Jake Cole runs 5th, Timmy Pacioli back to 6th. 7th is Dylan Schwallenberg, 8th is Noel Stiller, 9th is Jack Nathan, and 10th is John Dillon. And 11th is Kenny McCurry, 12th is Martin Zakala, 13th Mary Cole, 14th is Brian Fleener, Adam Chambers runs in 15th. 16th is Jared Crocious. 17th, Nick Eggleston. 18th is Alex Lozano. 19th is Logan Wilson. And 20th is John Brace. 21st is Sean Galligan. Matthew Rodriguez runs 22nd. 23rd is Sam Filter. 24th, Lisa Shears. Doug Shears in 25th. 26th, Alex Filter. 27th, Riley Caves. And Amy Nathan runs in 28th. She is the last car on the racetrack. But, I have to question what's going on here. I don't know if we're going to have green flag pit stops, or can John Worry, James McLeod, Clive Burr, Todd Dayton, John Dillon, Dylan Schwallenberg, Timmy Pacioli, Jake Cole, can they make it on fuel 65 whole laps? I don't think they can. But nonetheless, I may be wrong. I could be wrong. There is a very big chance I could be wrong, but it looks like they've been running fast enough speeds that they should have to make a pit stop. However, it seems that if you make a pit stop, you're in the back of the pack and you have more of a chance of getting caught up in a wreck. So maybe that's what their strategy is if I run out of fuel, that'd be no worse than getting caught up in a wreck at the back of the pack. But anyway, a guy who is on the move is the car of Todd Nathan there. He's come down to the inside now. Second for Clive Burr after passing James McLeod for the third position. He's going to take the second spot from Clive Burr, and Timmy Pacioli suddenly starting to come back into the picture here. He's bypassing James McLeod. That would be from the fourth position. But they're still all chasing the 52 car of John Worry. John Worry going to be running this Ford's Busch softball team Hershey's Chevrolet paint scheme for this race only, and then he's going to Mountain Dew for the rest of the season, as Todd Nathan challenges him for the lead, and looks like he's going to get it. Todd Nathan suddenly up there. It seems like every restart we have a person that just suddenly, it clicks for them. They know, hey, this works out really well. This is a really fast way around the racetrack, and they use it to their ability. Last restart, it was John Worry who was surprising us. Now this restart, it's Todd Nathan who is emerging as the faster car. But I still wouldn't count out Timmy Pacioli. He's been around up at the front in the top 5 all day long, and also the same can be said for Jake Cole, our pole sitter. So I wouldn't count either of them out. They can certainly get back up to the front in the, we've got about 19 laps, I believe. Indeed we do. 19 laps, and now make it 18 laps to go. Todd Nathan with the lead. Battle is on for second. Clive Burr to the inside of John Worry, as James McLeod battles it out with Timmy Pacioli. That is for the fourth spot. And suddenly making his way up here, here's a guy that needs a good finish. It's the car of Adam Chambers. Currently running up in the 8th position, but I believe now he is up to 6th. We'll see if that's true when he crosses the stripe. I believe he is in the 6th position now. Quite a run for the Adam Chambers machine here today. The Nintendo Dodge doing a great job right now. And he's closing in on Timmy Pacioli. That would be a battle for the 5th position. Here he comes. Up further, we've got another battle raging here. John Worry taking the inside of Clive Burr. He'll take second back over. But this is all going on behind Todd Nathan, who's just waving out his rear view mirror and saying, see you guys later. Last thing that he'll want is a caution. However, Todd Nathan, I do not believe, has made a pit stop this race. And so he would be in the category of the drivers that we would be watching very carefully to see if he can make it on fuel. I believe the closest car that has actually made a pit stop, that to my knowledge, is that race car, Adam Chambers. And this is maybe why he's making so many moves here, because he's got more fuel than the rest of these other cars. He's actually taken the 4th spot, and now he's challenging underneath John Worry. Or actually, now he's taking 5th from Timmy Pacioli, and now he's challenging for 4th from John Worry. You know, Adam Chambers, this may play out into his hands as far as fuel strategy, because he does have more fuel than all these other drivers ahead of him, because he made a pit stop back on lap 15. Now, I'm not certain how many more laps that would give him, but at least give him 15 more laps, I would think, than the rest of these guys up ahead of him. And he is trying to close in on the Clive Burr machine now, and you can see that really the way he's closing in on these cars are trying to conserve fuel, and Chambers, he's just punching the throttle and letting it all go because he's able to, knowing that maybe he's got a little bit of a fuel cushion that these other guys do not have. And I am noticing that the lap times for Todd Nathan are kind of falling off a little bit too, so maybe he's noticing his gauge is saying that he's running out of fuel as well. He's got to make it for another 13 laps. Chambers coming up once again. He'll take second from Clive Burr. And now we're going to have to see. Let's put on the ticker here and see if we can find out if he is closing in on the car of Todd Nathan. He was just about a full second behind Todd Nathan last time by. Let's see when they cross the strike this time if he's closed it in at all. And just about the same. 0.96, about 9/10, a little over 9/10 of a second off of the leader, Todd Nathan. Nathan ran a little bit faster of a lap that time. Maybe he's starting to feel the pressure. Maybe his crew chief's come over the radio and said, hey, the 03 is coming. You got to get going if we're going to win this race. But, that's got to be quite a bit of pressure for the Todd Nathan in that 3 car because, he doesn't want to go too fast and waste his fuel, but he doesn't want to slow down and have Adam Chambers pass him for the lead, knowing that Chambers has more fuel than he does. And right now, Chambers is chipping it away little by little. We still have 11 laps to go, so he can still catch him, but he only cut it down that time by 3/100ths of a second. He's going to have to do a lot better than that if he's going to end up challenging for the win. And John Worry suddenly starting to come back up there. He's in that 3rd spot. Let's see this time when they cross the stripe. And it remains at 0.93. He didn't gain anything, he didn't lose anything. So I'm wondering now what's going on with Chambers, or is Chambers just waiting for Todd Nathan to run out of fuel? But anyway, John Worry is closing in on the 03 car, but you have to wonder what is going through the mind of Todd Nathan. He'd love to be able to stay out in front. He'd love to be able to win this race, but he's got to make it around for 10 more laps as he crosses the stripe. Definitely a lot of fuel strategy being played out here at Atlanta, and it may play into the hands of Todd Nathan. However, it may play into the hands of any of these guys back here as John Worry goes underneath Adam Chambers. That is for the 2nd position. Back here's a good battle. Clive Burr, James McLeod, Timmy Pacioli, they're all battling out for that spot. That's 4th, 5th, and 6th. Looks like Clive Burr will take 4th. Pacioli will slide by for 5th from James McLeod. There's Brian Fleener. He's having a pretty good run there in that 13 car, running all alone in the 7th position. And then back here in 8th, 9th, and 10th, you've got Kenny McCurry, Jack Nathan, and Mary Cole. Dylan Schwallenberg trying to close in there. And you notice that Jake Cole, our pole sitter, he was up at the front quite a bit, battling out with Timmy Pacioli. Well, he's all of a sudden slid back to the 13th position. And John Dillon has all of a sudden fallen to the back as well. He's back in the 15th position right now in the 33 car. But we're still watching the Todd Nathan machine as he still leads, but not by much now. Let's see what the gap is now. Well, we're still getting a report over a second over Adam Chambers. And you notice that the tires are wearing off as well on these race cars. They're having to run that higher line. Whoa, little contact back there between Clive Burr and James McLeod, but no harm, no foul. That could have been close, though, and bringing out a caution. And I'll tell you what, Todd Nathan right now, I don't know if he's hoping for a caution or not, because if he does get a caution flag, then you're going to see a lot of cars making pit stops, and if they don't get a caution, you may see a lot of cars down the apron running out of fuel. But we've got a total of 6 laps to go. John Worry to the inside of Adam Chambers. He'll take over that 2nd position there. That was almost some more contact back here. This is a pretty feisty pack. It's only 3 cars, but they're beating and banging on each other, bouncing off each other. James McLeod there, Clive Burr and Timmy Pacioli. Last time by there on the back stretch, I saw Pacioli and James McLeod bounce off each other. These 3 trying to pretty much vie for spots in the top 5 as Clive Burr now will go to the inside of James McLeod. That's for 4th. Pacioli now going to try and take 5th there, and Brian Fleener is closing in on this pack. He may be looking at a top 5 before this race is over. Can these guys make it? We know that Todd Nathan has not yet made a pit stop. We know that Adam Chambers has. We know that John Worry has not made a pit stop yet. We know that Clive Burr, Pacioli, and James McLeod, they still have to make pit stops. Brian Fleener, I believe, has made a pit stop, but I'm not right offhand certain, because I'm kind of getting his paint scheme and Jordan Hesder's mixed up, but He may have made a pit stop already. Kenny McCurry, I believe he has not made a pit stop. Neither is Noel Stiller, neither is Dylan Schwallenberg, neither is Jack Nathan. Mary Cole, John Brace, and Jake Cole, I don't believe they've made pit stops either. Nick Eggleston suddenly is up into 15th. I know he's made a pit stop. But I don't know about any of these other guys right offhand. Zakala's there in 18th, 19th, John Dillon. There's Sam Filter all by himself in the 19th spot. He's off the pace. Logan Wilson is off the pace in 20th. He's all by himself. Galligan there in 21st. Jared Croce is 22nd. Then Dougie Shears 23rd. 24th there, Riley Caves 25th. And 26th, Amy Nathan and Lisa Shears. And then you got Alex Lozano all by himself there in 27th with Alex Filter 28th. And then you got Todd Nathan. How close would he be to a lap car? Not really that close. And these two continue to battle it out for second and don't even bother going up after the Todd Nathan machine, which rather surprises me, but Todd Nathan, he's got only 3 more laps to be able to do it and get to victory lane. Actually, make that 2 more laps for the GM Goodwrench Ford, and he is quite a ways ahead of those other two. He's about almost 2 seconds, so he's kind of picked it up, or else they've fallen off. I don't know which. But can he hold on for 2 more laps? Can the fuel last in his tank? You know, if I were him, I'd back it off just a little bit, not too much. You don't want to have the guys catching up to you, but it's the white flag for Todd Nathan, and I'd slow it down just a little bit here because you got a little bit of real estate to work with. Don't run out of fuel if you can't afford it. Off the backstretch. Still keeping his foot in the throttle is Todd Nathan. Now I think he could coast from there. Out of turn 4 for the final time, Todd Nathan's going to do it. And he's going to win here at Atlanta. Nathan goes to victory lane. Finishing in seconds, John Worry, Adam Chambers in third, Clive Burr fourth, and Brian Fleener picks up a top 5. He finishes in the 5th position. Let's take a look at the finishing order for today's race. Well, pretty much from the last restart on, it was all Todd Nathan out in front. John Worry, Adam Chambers, Clive Burr, and Brian Fleener, we told you they're the top 5. James McLeod in 6th, Timmy Patgioli, a well-needed 7th, Kenny McCurry 8th, 9th is Jack Nathan, and Dylan Schwallenberg, also a guy who needed a good run, gets a top 10 here today. Pole sitter Jake Cole finishes in 11th, Nick Eggleston in 12th, Mary Cole in 13th, Noel Stiller in 14th, and John Brace in 15th, Matthew Rodriguez 16th, John Dillon in 17th, Martin Zakala in 18th, Sam Filter and Logan Wilson complete the top 20, Riley Caves, who came in 2nd in the standings, 21st, Amy Nathan, who came in tied for 3rd in the standings, 22nd. Lisa Shears, who also came in tied for 3rd in the standings, 23rd. Then we got Alex Lozano, 24th, and Alex Filter in 25th. Those cars finished on the lead lap. Sean Galligan, Dougie Shears, Jared Croce, 26th, 27th, and 28th. They finished 1 lap down. Also finishing out of the race were the cars of Johnny Gardner, Violet Fox, Jackson Parker, Michael Harvey, Arnold Columbia, Anthony McCurry, Jacob Rodriguez, Philip Stiller, Christian Janes, Tom Weekly, Robert Bann, Jacob Gonzalez, Jordan Hester, and our points leader, Brandon Gonzalez, who came into this race as our points leader. He finishes in dead last here today after his win last week at Las Vegas. A tough break for him. Now let's take a look at the point standings heading into our next race. Alright, so here's the point standings. Jake Cole's 11th place finish gives him the points lead. Todd Nathan's win moves him up to 2nd. John Brace is 3rd. Riley Caves, who came in 2nd in the standings, falls to 4th. Amy Nathan falls to 5th. Kenny McCurry moves up to the 6th position. Lisa Shears falls to 7th. James McLeod is 8th. Nick Eggleston 9th. And Dougie Shears, even though he hit some problems here today, ends up being 10th, still in the standings. We got Johnny Gardner 11th. How about Adam Chambers? His 3rd place finish moves him up to 12th. John Dillon is 13th. Violet Fox 14th. And Mary Cole is up to 15th. Anthony McCurry is 16th. Alex Lozano in 17th. Brandon Gonzalez took probably the hardest hit. Loses 18 spots here today with his dead last finish after he was the points leader coming into this race. So he's going to have to rebound when we get to the next race. Michael Harvey is 19th in the standings with Sam Filter in 20th. 21st in the standings right now would be Brian Fleener after his top 5 run. Then we got John Worry in 22nd after his 2nd place finish. And for some reason, the top 5 and top 10 he got weren't listed. But anyway, he's 22nd in the standings. Timmy Patgioli is up to 23rd. Then it's Jared Croces and Jack Nathan. That's the top 25. Robert Bann, even though he met some problems today, he's still 26 in the standings. Then it's Noel Stiller, Matthew Rodriguez, Sean Galligan, and Jacob Gonzalez. That's the top 30. Jacob Rodriguez is 31st. Alex Filter, 32nd. Dylan Schwallenberg's finish moves him up to 33rd in standings. Clive Burr also got a pretty good finish today, which moves him up to 34th. Martin Zakala is 35th. Philip Stiller 36th. Jordan Hester is 37th. Christian Janes is 38th. 39th position is Jackson Parker. Arnold Columbia in 40th. In 41st position is Tom Weekly, and Logan Wilson is still 42nd in the standings. And he definitely needs to get something going. He is 16 points back behind 41st place Tom Weekly. So he's got to really get some good finishes here today, here in this next following weeks. So does Tom Weekly, so does Arnold Columbia, so does Parker, Janes, Hester, also Philip Stiller, Martin Zakala. They could really do with some really good back-to-back-to-back good finishes here in the MFNPRA Coca-Cola Custom Car Series. So our next race is going to take place from Darlington. We're going to be going to the Lady in Black. So hope you'll tune in for that, as we are going to be really looking forward to that race, and hope you enjoyed today's race. Congratulations once again to Todd Nathan. He wins here at Atlanta. You've been watching the MFNPRA Coca-Cola Custom Car Series.